Hi, my name's Gillian Price, and I am the owner and principal designer for Vogue and Rogue Weddings. Normally, every Monday, I spend a tremendous number of hours putting together our weekly ad campaign, going through pictures, crafting the message, and putting it all to music. But I woke up this morning and I thought, I probably could use that time to talk to you directly. So, this is our very first podcast. And I'm hoping that if we're successful, we will be able to put together a series. So I'll wait to hear from you, the viewer, to see whether or not you think this is helpful. Okay, now the topic today is about how do you plan your wedding during these unprecedented times. Okay, it's been an emotional roller coaster, but here's what you have to know. Planning a wedding under normal circumstances can be daunting. It can be very overwhelming. It's stressful, it's costly, it's time consuming. So let's talk about how we can make this more of a positive experience, particularly because of COVID. All right. So I think there are 3 things that has us tied up in knots. So let's break it down so that we can maybe come up with a different perspective or a different approach to how we're going to plan our day. I think there are 3 things that has us tied in knots. 1, it's about the restrictions on the number of people that you can have at your wedding. 2, it's vendor restrictions and venue restrictions. And 3, the looming travel restrictions or curfews. Okay. That all sounds like a lot of doom and gloom. But I think if we just pump the brakes, sit back, and take a moment, we might be able to turn this around and look at it from a positive point of view. And let's get constructive. So, here we go. Let's talk about how we can manage these uncontrollable variables. And some people would say, oh, you can't manage uncontrollable variables. I think you can, to a degree. Secondly, how can we stop going up and down emotionally on this roller coaster? And thirdly, and this is the one that's most important, I think, and that is, how do you plan your wedding day without feeling like you have to compromise? Because you've been thinking about this for a really long time. So, let's pump the brakes. Let's do an exercise. I want you to sit back, take a deep breath, and grab your emotional baggage that every bride has, by the way, so you're not alone, and put it on the back burner. It'll be there waiting for you when you're ready to pick it up again. I promise. Let's look at this constructively. I wanted to put to you an exercise today. Let's think about how we can move forward in a positive manner and make this as enjoyable as possible. It is important to enjoy the process because, you know, when you look back, you think, oh my stars, it was the most awful year of my life planning. Boy, would I have liked to have done things differently. Okay, I've been thinking about 3 questions, and I have some homework for you. Are you ready? Okay. I want you to go grab a piece of paper and a pencil. I want you to find a quiet location in the house, in your home, where you won't be distracted or interrupted. I want you to put on the coffee pot, have a cup of coffee, or pour yourself a bevy. And I want you to put the music on, your favorite music, something soft and lovely. Now, I want you to answer 3 questions. And you have to do it honestly, because it's only for you. And if you do it honestly, I think there will be some tremendous benefits. Now, these questions are probably questions you've never thought about before, right? So, here they go. You ready? 1. Why do you want to get married now? 2. Who is the most important person that you must have in attendance on your wedding day? 3, what is the most important thing that you must have or do at your wedding to make your special day your way? Now again, I know it's tough to answer some of those questions, but I think you'll start to see a trend or get some new ideas and some insight as to how you can move forward positively in planning your wedding day. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm hoping that this could be a series of podcasts. And what I'd like to do in our next podcast is talk about how we can actually work through, so again, actually a working conversation to talk about how we can overcome and harness those changes that keep coming at us every day. I wish you nothing but happiness, health, safety during these times. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train. It's your wedding day. I would love to chat with you. Drop me a note, drop me a line. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And until the next time, be safe, be well, and be happy. Cheers.